Welcome to the MNSpiritCast. Well, hello again.
Hello. This time I'm not staring off in space.
So, welcome everybody to the All-American Paranormal Tour Season 4 of MNSpiritCast. If you missed Part 1, definitely go back to Parapost Network, MNSpiritCast Facebook page, or Minnesota Spirit Hunters YouTube and check it out because it was absolutely amazing show. We are on Part 2 of Season 4, Episode 1 in Tennessee, and we are in Cross Plains, Tennessee with a absolutely amazing team. Can't wait to get into it. At the end of our show tonight, we're going to have a trivia question for you guys. If you guys can get this question right, then we're going to tally up those points. At the end of the season, whoever has the most correct answers will win a prize from Minnesota Spirit Hunters. So please pay attention to the episode. Pay attention to what our guest is saying. Pay attention to the description of the episode or, our intros or something like that, because you never know what the trivia question is going to be. It's going to be a super cool prize. So if you want to win, please pay attention. So I'm here with Squeakers, my co-host for tonight.
Yeah,
welcome. Live from Washington, D.C. Washington State. So, Washington is Washington, whatever. So we're with amazing guests tonight on this All-American Paranormal Tour, Season 4, Episode 1 premiere right now. And with us from Part 1 is Sarah Mayer. Welcome. Hello.
Hey.
Cute puppy.
Yeah, this is a sport animal.
Oh, wow. So
I have a cat on me too, so we're not gonna lie.
No, well, all right. Well, let's not keep our guests waiting any longer, guys. Live from Cross Plains, Tennessee, on Black Pearl Paranormal. Here is Brent and Jay. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
See,
I got a lot of animals on you.
I'm going to say this.
What's up with me?
I'm going to say, I hear you guys talking, and that makes me go all the way back to 2016 when I had the same accent.
Oh my God.
I used to have that southern slang like you guys have there.
Y'all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You have no idea how it was starting school here in Minnesota.
That's the Norwegian slang.
Oh no, I know.
Sorry
about me, I know.
The thing is, starting school here in Minnesota, where I know absolutely nobody with a Tennessee accent. My nickname shortly became Tennessee. That was my nickname.
You're Hennessy.
Yeah,
I didn't.
No, actually, Marcus here first.
Well, I didn't even tell anybody where I was from. Nobody knew I was from Tennessee yet. Everybody started calling me Tennessee because they could tell what the accent was. So it was kind of funny. And when I hear you guys talk, that takes me back to my days. So,
Well, most people in Tennessee think we're from the north because we don't
really?
have
You
accents
up north?
up north.
Up north.
Yeah. See, when I hear you guys talk, it automatically tells me you're from Tennessee because I used to sound the same. So
Oh, I got that slang going out all the time.
You
Yep.
do. You do. You do. You do.
So, yeah, you can definitely hear.
It's
you
a
guys,
slang. It's a
you
slang
guys
thing.
you guys are not horribly south of the United States, but you're definitely south of the United States
Oh, yeah.
because I spent 10 to 12 years in Nashville. I still have a tad bit of that sling, but I'm becoming, the ooftas up here. I'm becoming part of the ooftas.
Yeah, you're oofda for sure.
I'm an oofta now.
Oofda.
So yeah,
Minnesota.
that's the
Minnesota.
Yes, Ufta and the Ya.
Yep.
Yep.
And Minnesota.
Yep.
Yes, you betcha.
All
Yeah,
right.
you betcha.
So not to keep you guys waiting any longer, so let's just jump straight into the show, guys. Welcome to the All American Paranormal Tour Minnesota SpiritCast for episode 1, part 2.
My animals are taking me down. I apologize. I pre-apologize for the cuteness. It's too much, but they're taking me down.
Anyway, before I was rude. No, I'm kidding. So we are here with Grant and Shay of Black Tarot Paranormal. So, Grant and Shay, tell us about Black Tarot Paranormal.
How did we get our paranormal name?
He said,
Well, we started out in 2008. Well, I started in the paranormal when I was 16 years old. How old were you?
13.
He was 13. I mean, I have a long story that I can shorten to tell you how I actually got into the paranormal, if you're willing to listen.
You have the floor.
When I was 14 years old, my family and I lived in a very small town in Illinois, and we lived across the street from this house that we always kind of seemed, really kind of strange. It just had that vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a family that had lived there, and they were there for probably about 6 months. And then all of a sudden one night we went to bed and got up the next morning. They were gone.
Whoa.
Gone.
Wow.
So the house stayed empty for about 2 months. And my sister and her 3 kids was looking for a place to live. So my mom and dad said, hey, there's a house across the street from us. Come up here. So she went up there, looked at it, wanted it. So they moved in, and everything was fine for about a year. And then just little things would start happening, like her keys would come up missing, or my niece's Barbie dolls would come up missing, or my nephew's little toys would come up missing. And
That's a fairy.
slowly over time, things started progressing a little bit more. My sister would walk through the dining room, and a picture on the wall would come off the wall and barely miss her.
Wow.
Then there was times where she would get her kids down to bed, and she would go to bed and she would be facing the wall, and she felt like somebody was getting in the bed with her, and she thought it was her youngest daughter.
It was a playful spirit.
So she would turn over and there was nobody there.
Wow.
So over the course of time that she lived there, 2 major things happened to our family. It was kind of like the Poltergeist movie. We lived it. One weekend, my sister's car had something wrong with it. It was the drive shaft or motor or something. And my dad said that he would fix it. So it was in front of our house. And my mom told all of us kids, I'm going to take you guys swimming so your dad can work on your sister's car. So we went swimming. Now this whole time, this little bitty town is a town that knows everybody. You know, everybody knows where you're going, what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So our neighbor just happened to be watching this whole episode that happened. While my dad was underneath the car, his legs were underneath the driver's side door, and he was working, doing stuff. The car started up. Now there's no battery hooked up.
Whoa.
The drive shaft is not hooked up. The car started up, backed up. My dad's legs were underneath the driver's side door. It scraped the whole top part of the skin off of his legs.
Oh, no.
The car literally backed up, went up just a slight incline, and went into my sister's backyard and stopped.
Whoa.
Swear to God. My neighbor saw everything that happened. He called the cops. He called the ambulance. The cops come out there. He told them where we were at. The cops come down there. And the sheriff told my mom, said, you need to get to the hospital. Your husband's been hurt. So, of course, we went to the hospital. My dad told her what happened. And then after that, shit literally hit the fan with that house.
Wow.
And then whenever I was about 16 years old, a bunch of us family members were sitting out on her porch. All the kids, there were several kids in the house. They were playing on, my sister had this like pull out couch bed in her living room. So all the kids was on the bed and they were in there playing and stuff. All of us was outside on the back porch talking and carrying on. We had a couple of family friends over that night. It all started about 9 o'clock. Our friend's car light, the dome light, come on. And my mom just happened to notice it. And she said, hey, your car light's on. You need to go shut it off before the battery runs down. So he went out there, unlocked the car, shut the light off, locked it back up, come back up there and sit. About 30 minutes later, it happened again. So it was like, what is going on?
Wow.
So my mom told my sister, she said, why don't you go in there and fix a pot of coffee for us? She's like, okay, I'll do it in just a minute. So about 10 minutes later, my sister gets up, goes into the house, goes to make that pot of coffee. Coffee's already made. The coffee has already been made. And she come back outside and she's like, who made the coffee? I was going to make it. And everybody's like, well, I didn't touch it. I didn't do it. So my mom drank it anyway. And she said it was the best pot of coffee that she ever had.
Huh.
So then about 45 minutes after that, we were all sitting outside. We heard this blood-curdling scream. So my sister jumps up, jumps into the house. She didn't even touch the steps. She runs into the living room. My niece is literally sitting on the bed like this. And she's screaming and her eyes are fixed on this rocking chair that my sister has sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
All the kids are screaming. So my sister sees that my niece is staring at something. So my sister turns around to look and she sees this gray mist. Well, it's gray figure, but you could see the part of the head like just mangled.
Wow.
And it goes from the rocking chair, goes all the way across the room into my sister's stereo. The stereo comes on and starts singing Mama, He's Crazy by the Judds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So my sister,
I'm a little lost right now. That's insane.
To the hospital, to the ER. The doctor comes in there, verifies that she is in shock. They give her a shot. And then a few minutes later, this nurse comes in and sits there and tells my mom and my sister that she had been working there. That was her very first job. And this woman's like in her 50s. That she remembers this little girl that had been brought into the ER.
You know, your story is
years and years before, in the same situation, that come from the same house. So this
Wow.
little girl seen that same thing. So
Wow.
I took it upon myself. I got interested. I wanted to know who it was, why they were there, you know, all the ifs, ands, and whats. So I started researching, going to the library, going getting police reports, history of the town, and I found out who it was. It was a man and woman and 4 children that used to live in a house. And the only job that was in that town was like an envelope factory, and that's where everybody worked that was in that town.
Okay.
So the mom and dad worked there. So the mom lost her job first. The father, her husband, started, in depression. He started beating on her, abusive. And then a couple months later, he ended up losing his job.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes home one day. She's out in the barn, right where my sister's car stopped in the backyard. Wow. The husband went out to the barn, took a claw hammer, and killed her with the claw hammer in the head. We have documented paperwork.
I'm sure you do, because it probably made the house.
Yeah. So then he goes in the house, gets a shotgun, comes outside, and shoots himself. And then, of course, all 4 kids go into an orphanage, because that was back in 1945 when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I found out where they were buried at. I took my sister. We went and had a little picnic where they were buried at. Mm-hmm. And we sat down and we had a heart-to-heart talk with them. Told her that she needed to forgive him for what he done, and he needed to forgive himself.
No, she doesn't need to forgive him.
For what he done to her. And to this day, nothing has ever been reported in that house again. And I haven't stopped investigating since.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, do you think maybe all the negativity and stuff was coming from him?
From what?
Yeah, do you think maybe the negativity was, revolving around him?
That's a possibility, but the mom is the only one that was showing herself.
Yeah, but you know why? She took on that burden.
Yeah.
She took on that burden. She took on the burden of the kids. She took on that burden. I've been there, done that. I can tell you, she took on that burden.
But I think what happened that night, there was so much energy.
No, but he needs to take the blame. He needs to take the blame.
On the bed playing around, all innocent energy.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy. Domestic violence is a lot of energy. I know firsthand.
That's just crazy that all the activity just stops.
We tell people that story and they look at us like we're crazy, and it's like, I promise it's the truth. We have documentation of all of it.
I know, and I know violence firsthand because I see it coming. Even when you were telling your story, I'm like, yep, because I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
it's intense.
That's just crazy.
It's fucking insane energy. It's insane energy.
Wow.
As a woman, if you're going to be a spirit hunter and you're going to walk into that shit, as a woman, you need to say to the woman, you're good. I accept you. I love you. You're perfect. Because that's what that man did do.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put her to rest?
He's got a pretty cool story, too, of how he got into it.
I was just about to ask.
On the man side, but you want to go put a woman to rest, you say, I love you, I accept you, you're perfect. As a domestic violence victim, yeah, you are perfect. I love you, I accept you, and I give you peace. I fully accept you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you deal with those spirits.
Yep. All right, Grant. What is the story behind you starting in the paranormal?
I was in a Boy Scout group, and we went on our Boy Scout leader was pretty much Indian. He looked for everything in the Indian world.
Define
And
Indian.
we
I'm an
were
Indian. Define Indian.
getting our Indian names in a circle,
I'm
and
gonna give you.
he
I'm
gave
gonna
us
give you-
all our Indian names, and then all of us had our heads down, and he asked us to raise our heads, and he turns around. We're down by the creek, and he said,
And by saying
"Do
Indian,
you see
right?
these young men? Do you agree with their Indian names?" And it was the three Indian chiefs on horses with our parents. My mom was there, and we all kind of acknowledge that there's these three guys in full Indian garb,
American
and
Indian.
he bowed, basically nodded to him, and then they rode off in the water and disappeared into the water. And so
Wow.
we were like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. So I've been doing it ever since.
Wow.
And I do a lot of Indian research up here in
American
Tennessee and
Indian.
Kentucky, and so I can pretty much pinpoint when Indians are around.
Hello.
Absolutely. Wow. Two amazing stories right there. And Lynn says, "Oh my God, that house was cursed and very haunted. Our family had one hell of a paranormal experience with that house."
Thank you.
That's my sister. That happened to her daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
This one, but I hate you right now.
Wow, that is phenomenal. That's fantastic. So, with these experiences, you guys seem to have went through a living hell with these experiences here. What made you want to take it into a more professional stand and start Black Arrow Paranormal?
Her.
Yeah, when we got together, I told him what I did, and I told him, if you want to be with me, you got
love you, but I
so he basically had no choice.
Well, basically, I'm going to level with you there. When I started paranormal, whether she liked it or not, my fiance got grandfathered in, whether she liked it or not.
Yeah.
Doesn't that suck?
So, now, I love what I do. I love helping. You know, my motto is so our motto for the team is putting clients' minds at ease and helping the dad find the light. That sums up our whole team. That's exactly what we do.
Hence why I'm part of the team.
There we go. So, but yeah, two
But
amazing
yeah.
stories. And
But yeah.
Shay, if you would like those paperwork that you have, if you would like to share those, we'd be more than
You
happy to
suck
put them on
so
our
bad right
Instagram for people to see.
You know, I'm my
Yeah,
right.
I can get them out and send you a copy of them.
Okay, absolutely perfect. We would love to do that for you. Now, so my next question, you pretty much already answered. What made you start investigating? And you pretty much already answered that. So, Grant, we know you started investigating because you were grandfathered in.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're on season 4 of Minnesota SpiritCast right now. So, with that being said, what are 4 places in Tennessee that you love to investigate?
Well, our first love would be Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. It's out in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. It's owned by Ronnie D, one of the best guys out there. His team is absolutely amazing. But that would be our number 1. I think our number 2
Old Harriman
would
Hospital.
be Old Harriman Hospital, also run by Ronnie D and his team.
That's amazing.
Huh?
Sorry.
Old Historic Harriman Hospital.
Okay. Sorry. What town of Tennessee was
It's
that?
Harriman, Tennessee.
Okay.
It's East Tennessee,
Yeah.
and it's double the size of Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. It's a humongous place.
Wow.
And I'm actually July 15th, my birthday. I'm hosting a slumber party birthday there at Old Harriman. It's for girls only. we're just gonna investigate. We're gonna play some slumber party games and just run the halls and investigate and see what we can come with. It's gonna be an awesome night.
You gotta
Hey.
play light as a feather. Light as a feather is always fun.
Am I invited?
My husband's not
I'm
even invited.
I'm up.
Hey, we're in this together, Grant. Come on.
We'll go to the lake.
Yeah, hey, we better break out them fishing poles, huh?
That's right.
Fishing for paranormal. That's what we're doing.
You know what? You guys.
That's a good. That is actually a good team
You
name.
actually doing the work.
Oh, okay. Sarah, Sarah, not to cut you off, but I just thought of something. That is a good team name.
Yeah.
That would also be a good charity thing, hosted by a paranormal team.
Fishing for paranormal.
Fishing for paranormal.
That's actually amazing. Actually, it's a good idea.
Huh.
Hashtag that shit.
You see how smart I am?
I know. I'm amused all day.
Oh, shut up.
I know.
Oh, boy. That's
Don't
awesome.
talk your wife all day.
Now I'm going to be thinking about that. I want to do something with that name.
Fishing for paranormal.
Yeah, I want to do something with that name. Patent pending. Nobody steal it because it's patent pending.
And if you get kids involved, it's much more exciting.
Yes.
It is. Okay, wait. My daughter had a bad experience over at Pipe Stop.
Okay.
We were coming in, and my daughter got locked in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yep. And it took me and a priest to go upstairs to get her out.
Crazy.
So, yeah, no.
Just to let you guys know, this woman literally has been through it all. She sent me a picture of her.
A banshee?
Yeah.
A banshee.
Yeah, there was
I heard a
literally
banshee
a banshee hovering over her head.
And screaming.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. So, okay. So since we talked about your 4 bucket list places, now,
Come on in.
oh, okay. I have the questions switched up a little bit here. Anyway, my next question: what does your team specialize in? Haunting or investigating, cleansing? What all do you do?
Well, we're different than most teams, though, because we don't go into residential houses anymore.
Okay.
Can you explain that to me? Why you don't go to residential houses?
That's easy for me.
One, because if we make a mistake, the person that's going to suffer the most is the resident.
Yes.
Okay.
And 2, too many people lied to you.
Yeah, we did one a couple years ago. They said that they had all this activity going on, and
Can I ask how many seconds are on your team?
when we walked into this house, you could not see the floor because of the trash.
Oh, wow.
They swore up and down that there was no medication involved, because we always ask, is there medication involved? It's strictly confidential. They had open outlets in their homes, like behind their TV. They had probably 10 plug-ins into an outlet. The same with their bedroom. It was disgusting. And we scanned the apartment whenever we walked in with our EMF detector, and it spiked so high. We've never seen numbers like that before. And as we were sitting there talking to him, my husband just happened to look kind of like around his chair, and there's all their medication bottles.
It's heavy medication as well.
I've got I walked over there, I've seen the medication, and we both told him, said, no, we're done. And we walked out, we come home. This place was so bad. We literally pulled into our garage, stripped our clothes off, threw them in the washer, and went straight to the shower.
Yeah. Oh man, that's bad.
I mean, I understand that, but you got to realize, even
I said, one, there's medication involved. 2,
it's the energy on that field
plugged into these outlets. The outlets are exposed. No wonder why you're hallucinating, and because there's so much electrical energy going through that apartment.
Absolutely. You know, that's the first thing we always do too. We get into a place, we do our little meeting and everything, what we're going to do, and then we break out that K2 meter and we go around with that K2 meter to make sure we put it down by the outlets. We put it
And I get
all
the K2
around.
by the spirits.
Yeah.
So but that's the first thing we always do. And so one thing that our clients always do for us when we have a case at their house is make sure their house is presentable. You know, my apartment is not the cleanest apartment out there. Absolutely not. But if
You
we're
said
gonna
my basement, so for real?
Oh yeah, but if you have somebody coming in, at least be presentable for them. You know, it's disrespectful. It's rude.
Yeah.
I hate that you guys had to go through that because
But what everyone needs to realize here, for real, people with mental health issues, we carry the biggest demons. We carry the darkest spirits with us.
mhm.
We do. People with mental health issues, we carry some crap with us.
Mhm.
And we're going to draw attention.
Right. Hey, Scott Morton from all the way from Pennsylvania is here with us. Hello, Fedora, welcome. So absolutely, that's awesome. So you don't do residentials, so you do like commercial, public, that kind of stuff.
Right now, we're concentrating more on places that haven't been investigated.
Mhm.
Because in Tennessee, Kentucky, there are just hundreds upon hundreds of locations still have not to be investigated.
I mean, everybody wants to do the big things like Waverly Hills and, you know, big places like that. That has been so run over the years. I mean,
Mhm.
yes, you know,
Waverly's
We were
also,
just discussing this. Like,
they're still haunted.
anything that's like been overdone
Yeah,
is going to worth the time.
we are focusing right now on places that nobody would even think about.
Back
Right.
road.
That most of them that has a very good history behind it.
Mhm.
You want to do back road, like the last guest was saying. Yeah, you want to do back road.
which is why we're doing day shift for our new season.
They should.
Mhm.
Well,
Hey,
day shift is
there it
fun.
is.
Day shift's fun
Right.
to a certain degree, but Nate, that's when you're gonna have all the fun.
Hey,
I'll disagree with you on that. Come out to Nevada and we'll show you everything that Nevada had to offer, which was day shift.
Oh, you're gonna take me out to Nevada? Okay, I'll run Nevada. I run it.
Yeah, we went to the ghost towns.
And that
Oh,
was
that's fun.
legit.
I'll do it.
If they're dead,
I've been to El
Then
Paso,
I'll go back
Texas,
to
so
work.
really it's fun all day.
if
I
it's
prefer
haunted
that
at
over
night, it's
Minnesota
haunted
weather
during the
any
day.
day. I'd take that over Minnesota weather any day. Thank God.
Yeah, we did quite a few locations while we was out there. We filmed for 6 days straight. So that's what we're working on right now. We're editing those videos to get them out this the end of this summer or first part of fall.
Okay.
No, we just wanted to take it upon ourselves to see what the difference was between, you know, investigating at night when everybody's asleep or gone home,
Mhm.
or during the day when you got everybody out and about shopping and working and all that. We wanted to see if there was a difference there.
Mhm. Absolutely. Most definitely. That's fantastic. And when day shift does start, where can we find day shift?
On our YouTube page, Grant and Shay TV.
Okay, perfect. And we'll definitely be keeping an eye out. Feel free to send the link over to me, and I will blast it on our social media. And
I'll put it on my second page.
there you go. And I would absolutely love to see it. So when are you guys thinking day shift is going to start?
Probably. I'm working on it right now. The first episode, so probably the end of summer.
Okay, perfect. So I do want to invite you
We'll
guys
be watching.
I do want
you.
to invite you guys over to our YouTube channel, Minnesota Spirit Hunters. Check out our episodes. We're, releasing season 2, episode 5 on the 30th. Really amazing locations. We're in the cemetery season right now, so we're doing all graveyards this season, and it's very phenomenal. So feel free to check us out. We're going to check day shift out. And also, where can we find Black Pearl Paranormal videos?
It's on Facebook. Black Pearl Paranormal's on Facebook, and we're also Grant and Shay TV's on Twitter, Twitter and TikTok. So on TikTok, we have introduced a new character. Her name is called Daisy May.
Okay.
And Daisy May, the mouth on Daisy May. So it's based on a little 6-year-old girl who just says what she wants.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 43 and I say what I want.
There you go. That sums it up right there. Okay, so we talked about your bucket list places. We talked about you know what? We didn't talk about this one. I knew I had a question like that. What is 4 of your bucket list places in Tennessee?
Oh, in Tennessee?
Yes.
One of the bucket lists that we've talked about and really haven't gone into is we want to basically take over the whole town of Rugby. And Rugby is an old settlement, and
It's an 1880 settlement.
And it's really legit.
Yeah, we'll probably be going there this fall. They've invited us to come out and pretty much have the key to the little town. So there's several buildings there that we can have all to ourselves.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Wow. Very, very cool. So, let's make this a little fun. What place out of Tennessee is on your bucket list?
Not on our bucket list or out of Tennessee?
Out of Tennessee. Yes.
Probably my choice would probably be the Axe Murder House.
Oh, the Viscala Axe Murder House?
Yeah.
I will not do Memphis.
What's wrong with
mine
Memphis?
will probably be
What's wrong with Memphis? Everything's wrong with Memphis. Let's not even lie.
Oh, okay. All
We'd
right,
like
Grant,
to go up to Michigan to the USS Edison.
Oh, yeah.
And do the USS Edison. I think that'd be really cool. Even though I know you can't take much equipment in there because nothing works because of the ship. And then there's some ships down in the Gulf that I'd like to get to as well.
Mm-hmm.
We actually did whenever we first started. We were still early into the YouTube thing, and we went to Fort Morgan, and we did several episodes. A lot of it's boring, but I think it's the 3rd episode that we did there. We split up so we could cover more grounds, and I think pretty much the whole thing was raw video.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the EVPs that we got was actually really cool. But I mean, some people
How big is your team?
Watching, just nothing happening. And that I have to say is what real paranormal investigators do. There's not always something going on.
Right.
We will sit there for hours and not get anything. If we get one little Class A yes or no, or something that was a direct response to our question, that is everything to us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't have to get a whole lot of action.
How big is your team?
It's just us two now. We got rid of pretty much
We had
our
a
whole
big
team.
team, and it was too much drama, so it's just me and him now.
There you go. And that's all
work
you
very
need.
well together.
And one of the things that we do is we use a lot of stuff to see if ghosts can actually talk to us. And so I wear a lot of hats.
Oh, do you use the fun machine with the dots? I love the fun machine with the dots.
Or
Let me say something about the hat. So we went to this campground that was supposedly haunted. So we went to the top of the hill where a bunch of stuff was.
Excuse me. Hi, Matt.
And we got the clearest EVP that said, "Talk to me, boo." And he had his hat on. He had his boo hat on.
That's okay, because I keep calling. They keep calling me because I'm black.
That is
I'm
what is
2%.
it?
I'm 2%.
I don't remember what that
Because I'm
is.
black.
I can send you the link to that video, and that's the first
Please.
thing that come out of his mouth was "Talk to me, boo," and he had his boo hat on.
That is fantastic.
My twin heard
Love that.
the last investigation, the walkthrough. He heard, "Bye, Felicia." That's a joke. That's a joke on the other side. Bye, Felicia. Like 2%.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. We're just walking through the house. We're walking out of one of the bedrooms. Bye, Felicia. Like, wow. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
me. That's me.
I'll tell you something. That last house that we went to had
But
major
Marcus, it's
major
'cause
barking spiders.
because I'm black. We were the choice because I'm black.
Yeah, I have you guys ever heard of ghost farts?
Ghost farts?
You did it. You
We
did
have
it.
we have one of our best friends that have a team. They do ghost farts a lot.
Oh my God, I'm correct.
Okay,
You
so
told me that.
I'll tell you this. At our last walkthrough, because we do before each
No, and
investigation.
he goes in class. He goes, "If anyone's here, talk to me. He farts."
Before each investigation, we do a walkthrough just to go in, see where we're going to put our equipment base, see how much activity we have, what we're dealing with, all that kind of stuff. So we did a walkthrough. The investigation is scheduled for May 26th. Super excited. But we go to one of the rooms in the basement, and I go in the closet and I shut the door.
Because
And
you're a psychic. Why do you into that fucking closet?
I tell the spirits, if there's anybody here, can you say something to us? I kid you not, through the spirit box came a big ass fart. I'll tell you that. See, I like to say it was through the spirit box, but it really wasn't.
No, through your ass.
Too much Mexican before you went to investigate.
Yup.
You just ripped out the closet.
No, it was
come through the box saying fart.
It was really unintentional. I did not mean to do it, but I swear I laughed forever. It was so funny.
That's what we all say.
It's fucking
Right,
hilarious.
right.
It's fucking hilarious because I see it right next to him outside the closet and I can hear it. And I'm like, "You're funny right now." And then the spirit comes through the box and go fart.
See, right after it happened, Sarah here and her husband were in the room with me, and I told them stay out here, and I went in the closet. I told them to stay outside the closet. It happened, and the room was dead silent. And then I tried to hold back the laugh, and then my laugh just bursted out. Sarah and her husband just dies laughing, and I swear,
you're funny right now, Marcus. You're funny
the
right now,
barking-
Marcus.
the barking spiders were phenomenal.
It always happens when everything just goes dead silent.
What's funny is we're in the garage and the spirit goes fart. Fart.
Oh man, that was funny. That was
So,
now we're gonna turn the tables or shift gears a little bit, and we're gonna ask you what we asked our last guest. What makes Tennessee, or better yet, what makes Cross Plains, Tennessee, a good place to take a paranormal tour?
In Cross Plains, there's a cool older town, and then it has a really cool graveyard. And then from there you branch out.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
How's the vibe there? What's the energy when you walk on that?
As soon as you walk on to Kilgore Cemetery, that
Very protective.
it's very protective, and around you is where the old fort was, and then you know that you have Cherokee Indians right on the outside looking at you and trying to get in.
Well, I'm Cherokee Ojibwe.
And they'll let you know they're there in a heartbeat.
I'm sure they will.
And
Absolutely.
Jay and I
If we ever go to work together,
we've been there so many times, but Shay and I lasted
That
about
was the very first time that we were
30
there.
minutes in the cemetery because the Indians started rushing us. And
No, but if I'm with you, it might be a different story. Me and my twin, it's a different story.
No, the two Indian chiefs will run anybody off.
Nope.
Wow.
No, you're more than welcome to come. And
Oh, I will. I'll bring my chief
you'll
with
leave.
me. I'll bring my own chief.
They will. They'll let you know straight up. that you're
Oh
not
yeah,
welcome.
I already know.
So you'll say you'll bring your own chief.
I have a twin. I have a twin who is actually a Ojibwe chief.
So the chief of this town was actually General Grant's head chief, who in every picture you'll see an Indian chief sitting next to General Grant, and he controls basically
All the tribes.
Kentucky, Tennessee, all the tribes down.
I
And
get that.
And when he makes
But-
his presence, nobody else can.
But
everybody-
me and my twin have names. We're registered. We're tribe.
Well,
My name is
but the
McGizzy,
Indian
which means eagle in Ojibwe.
We actually go to the place up here in Kentucky, the old stone jail, and
Very cool
that's
place.
where we actually where he actually introduced himself to us.
That's
one night when we
amazing.
were
If
investigating.
they're introducing themselves to you like that as native spirits, you should be honored. Leave tobacco.
The other place in Kentucky, which if you guys come back to Tennessee, Kentucky, you can do the old stone jail in Franklin, and then right up the street is Octagon Hall. And
Oh,
Octagon
yeah.
Hall is a Civil War location.
Okay.
That's really cool. And those two places are a must do when you're down here.
You know, I feel like I need to mention this to you guys. In October, we're planning on doing Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary in Patriots, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
And
I want to
then
do penitentiaries.
within 1 or 2 days before or after Brushy Mountain, we're going to be at the old Blackford County Jail in Indiana.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
be
you're really close when you're at Brushy Mountain. You're really close
to Harriman.
to Harriman Hospital.
okay.
Yeah.
It's just right, like 30 minutes away.
I don't do mental patients. I want to do Pennsylvania and I want to do Penhurst, and I'll tell you why. Because there are some crazy people that have been neglected and hurt. There's a lot of pain in Penhurst.
Okay.
A lot of pain. It's been
Well,
calming lately. I'm going to turn around Penhurst.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to bring this up. You guys are more than welcome to join us over at Brushy Mountain if you would like. It would be a lot of fun. So,
Yeah, just let us know.
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
just a little bit.
Cannot wait to do it. We hear it's very active. People have done Brushy Mountain before. So, our guy that's going to be co-hosting next week, that is his dream investigation. And I figure I need to make it happen for him. So, yep, we're doing Brushy Mountain.
Yeah,
So,
we actually got a video on that too, where we caught something, was looking in one of the windows from inside of the, I think they called the where they spent like really hard time for like the hole or
Like the
whatever,
shoe.
the building.
Yeah.
I had my camera up in the window and something stepped out and then stepped back in, and I caught that on video.
wow.
That's on our YouTube channel as well.
Marcus, are you telling me I'm going to Tennessee?
Yeah, we're going to Tennessee. Yes.
All right. Rocket.
Yes. We'll be in Tennessee in October. Absolutely. So,
Oh.
yes, absolutely.
Wait. October 2nd?
What's that?
That's my birthday. October 2nd is my birthday. That's going to be a problem.
There you go.
I'm sorry, when's your birthday?
October 2nd.
That's
I'm a Libra. October
Birthday.
2nd.
That's his birthday.
Huh.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
1980.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. So, on behalf of Blood Moon Paranormal, what's coming up next for you guys?
Besides doing the getting the edits ready for the end of summer for day shift, we're coming up with some other
Hey, baby girl.
plans that nobody else has done before. Like I said, we're hitting locations that haven't been done before.
Mhm.
Actually, what 20 minutes up the road from where we're at, there's several locations that we've been invited to do, and we can't discuss the locations at the moment because they've never been investigated before.
Mhm.
So we're excited
So
to
you're
do
doing
that.
backroad stuff.
No, they're
You're doing
back
backroad
roads.
stuff.
Yeah, it's back roads.
Tonight seems to be the theme of backroad.
Yeah. And then we have about 7 or 8 that we're hooking up with another team, and we'll be doing their
Actually,
locations as well.
we've got one actually coming up next month.
It sounds amazing. It sounds
I can't
amazing.
remember which one it was.
Randolph.
Oh, Randolph County Asylum.
Okay.
We're doing next month.
I would
Okay.
love for you guys to take me to an asylum. I'm a crazy patient.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I worked in
okay,
group home too. I worked in group home.
Sarah.
It's like amazing. Like, yeah.
Sarah. That's okay. We're going to the Edinburgh Manor in Iowa again. We'll leave you there when we're done.
Ow, that hurt.
So, but yeah. So
I already know, Marcus. I already know.
Yep. Super cool. So, okay. So, how can all of our viewers find Blood or Black Pearl Paranormal?
We are on the Black Pearl Paranormals on Facebook and Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. We're Grant and Shay TV.
Okay.
Please
And then-
share my page, Sarah Mayer, Clairvoyant Plus. And I'll
So-
share your stuff.
The Grant and Shay is much more than just paranormal. It's exploration. It's everyday life. It's her being really funny with all the
Daisy May.
with the characters she comes up with. We have to break away from paranormal sometimes and just
Absolutely.
break
Reset our
loose.
brain.
You can't live in the paranormal because it'll suck you in and you will be like drained.
New drug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for Day Shift when it comes out. I'm excited to see that myself. After each episode of the All American Paranormal Tour, we're going to be sharing all of our all of our guests' logos and information that you want us to share over on Instagram and our Facebook page. So whatever you guys want our viewers to know, feel free to send it over and we'll get it
I'm
shared.
on TikTok, Snapchat.
And, yep, TikTok, Snapchat, all of that stuff.
We were just actually on the 15th of April. We were on the cover of the American Paranormal magazine. We're on the cover of that, and we also got our story, our spread in that magazine as well.
Well, if you want me to share you on my page, I'm Woman on Fire 43 in TikTok.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's
Awesome.
good.
So, all right. So to close out the season premiere, what is one piece of advice you would give to a newcomer?
To newcomers, if you are new, make sure you investigate with a team that's been out in the field for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go out there not knowing, not having any kind of experience, and you come into a spot where, just like we did it at Harriman,
Mm-hmm.
it can mess you up if you don't know what you're dealing with.
Perfect.
And I'd say debunk.
I completely
Yes,
agree.
debunk,
Yes.
debunk.
As the only person
Yes.
dealing with a banshee, I completely agree. Yes.
I mean, not everything is
100%.
paranormal. Not everything is an orb.
You know, before we close out the show tonight, I want to go back. By the way, shout out to Nationwide Paranormal, Aaron Wing. Welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you
Aaron
very
Wing.
much.
Rock on, boy.
Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but thanks for joining the show. I'm sure I know who you are, but I can't see. And the one and only, the delightful, the beautiful Matt Barron.
If you don't follow Aaron Wing, Nationwide Paranormal, you need to follow him.
There you go.
Okay.
That boy's
Nationwide
got the
Paranormal.
hook. That boy's got the hook.
Nationwide Paranormal is a great platform to
It's amazing.
absolutely. So before we close out tonight, I want to go back to there's another Facebook user. Welcome, thanks. Don't know who you
Hi,
are.
hi to Facebook user. I don't see your name.
So I want to go back to when you said if you're in an investigation and you don't get anything, that is just fine. That is something we've discussed on past episodes of this show. It's
We
not
just discussed this the other day in the walkthrough.
Yes, it's not about the popularity. It's not about anything.
It's not about fame either.
Strictly, it is about helping spirits, helping clients. If there's nothing there and these spirits don't want help,
we gotta be bridging that gap between the spirit world and the real life. We gotta bridge that gap. We gotta be healers.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you that you don't need to have activity to do an investigation. If you don't have activity, it's the fact that you got to do it. It's for the fun of it. You had fun. That's all that matters.
And you should never provoke the spirit. I cannot
go back again.
I cannot.
We've gone back so many times to different places, and eventually we know that this may take time for them to warm up to us.
Yes, absolutely.
They're finding that you should never provoke them. They'll talk on, like you said, it'll take their time. They'll warm up to you. Facebook users, I'm sorry you had to leave. Welcome back.
This is Squeakers, our co-host. She had to leave.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna see Facebook user.
All right, so guys, everybody watching right here, right now, needs to go check out Black Pearl Paranormal. Show them some love over in Cross Plains, Tennessee. On behalf of all of us at Minnesota Spirit Hunters, we enjoyed having you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And like I said before, open door policy. You guys want to come back? It won't be until season 5 because season 4 is already booked for. But I definitely want you guys back on the show. If you would like to come back, you're more than welcome. So everybody check them out. Links are in the description of Black Pearl Paranormal. Keep me updated when day shift comes out. We'll also promote that as well. Cool. If you want to send me over those documents that you were talking about before, I'll put those on our Instagram. I'll put you guys.
And if you plug me, Sarah Mayer, Mayer, Cleargoing Plus, I will plug you on Facebook.
There you go. So promote. So Grant and Shay, we absolutely appreciate your presence on the Minnesota SpiritCast. It's been an absolute pleasure. You guys had great stories. You guys had amazing takes on Tennessee and Cross Plains and everything. So,
and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Absolutely. I truly hope you guys get to do your bucket list investigations.
Happy hunting.
And I definitely look forward to possibly meeting up with you guys for Brushy Mountain. That would be
absolutely. Yeah, let us know.
Oh, I'm insane. If you meet me first, I'm insane. I'm just a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. So, all right. Well, you guys have a fantastic night. Thanks for coming on, and definitely keep in contact.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. So that was Black Pearl Paranormal out of Cross Plains, Tennessee. Keep a lookout because I'm going to have some stuff over on Instagram of theirs, as well as Dark Spectre Paranormal in part 1. So before the show is over, and Grant and Shay, if you guys want to hang out backstage, we have something cool to show our audience. We now have a trailer for an upcoming episode of Minnesota Spirit Hunters.
You didn't tell me about that.
Huh?
You didn't tell me about that.
I'm full of surprises.
You are, amazingly. Yes, you are.
There we go. So I do have I do have a trailer for season 2, episode 5. This is in Isanti, Minnesota. It is our graveyard season.
Isanti is amazing. Isanti is amazing for hauntings.
But before we do that, we have something new to the Minnesota SpiritCast, and we're going to do that right now. We have trivia for all you guys out there. So if you don't know what this is a new addition to the show. Basically what we're going to do.
And what's the prize? Tell me what the prize is.
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay.
So before, so after each show, we're gonna put up a trivia question about the previous guest. So you have to wait a whole week for the trivia question about the previous guest. So
I don't count for this week.
So Black Pearl Paranormal's question will be next Saturday at 6 p.m. You'll be able to answer the trivia question about them. Tonight, our trivia question is about Dark Spectre Paranormal Research.
So I don't qualify.
No. And there's going to be a certain way to submit your answer. So basically, the way it's going to be is you're going to answer 50, that's right, 50 trivia questions, one per episode of the season. Whoever has the most correct answers at the end of the season will win a prize from our team. So hope you guys are paying attention because you got to wait an entire week to answer the questions. So without further ado, let's do our first trivia question. This is about Dark Spectre Paranormal Research.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Question is, what was one of Dark Spectre Paranormal Research's go-to places? What was their go-to place? For you to be able to answer this question, you must go over to Instagram, MNSpiritHunters, and you must submit your answer on our Instagram, or you can submit it on Facebook. I'll also have the question up on Facebook and Instagram. The only way to do this is if you like our Facebook or Instagram and you answer the question on one of the two platforms. So if you remember,
and you better do that. If you want to prize, you better do that.
If you remember one of Dark Spectre Paranormal Research's go-to places, go on over to Minnesota Spirit Hunters Instagram or Facebook and submit your answer now. So that is our trivia. Next week, we will have a question about Black Pearl Paranormal. Hope you guys are paying attention because it's a whole week now. So that is our trivia. So on behalf of all of us here at Minnesota Spirit Hunters, we hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday, a great weekend so far. This was an amazing start to season 4 on the All-American Paranormal Tour. If you guys don't know what we mean, it's literally exactly what it sounds like. All-American Paranormal Tour. We're traveling in the United States, and we're going to hit state by state, including Alaska. Yep, and we'll get into that.
We'll have tarot readings.
Yep. So we will be doing a live about random things here pretty soon on our Facebook page. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and show you guys the trailer for our upcoming episode. But on behalf of all of us here at Minnesota Spirit Hunters, we hope you guys have a fantastic night. Until next week.
Light, and peace.
That too.
Happy hunting.
There we go. On behalf of all of us here at Minnesota Spirit Hunters, we'll see you next week. Happy hunting. to Isani, Minnesota.
I've gone really loud in my head when I
Peter.
said Peter.
Where's all the Peters?
Home to lots of farmland and numerous activities and even haunted buildings. But nothing compared to the activity of this Isani County gym. Was one of the coolest pieces of evidence in Minnesota spirit hunters history.
Except for they're pulling it like towards Brandon, the mouthpiece towards Brandon.
There you go.
Awesome, thanks for coming in.
So come join the hunters on their journey in Big Meadow Cemetery.